Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Tamanna Awakens, your space for healing, self introspection, and awakening. So, it's Shadow Work Sunday again, and my today's question might be a sting as well as a surprise for you. I really want to ask you that what if nothing was ever wrong with you, but it was just a part of self acceptance as a spiritual revolution? We all have been planted in roots, we all have been programmed from the beginning that self acceptance is nothing, that you are not enough. Remember, as a child, when you were born, did anybody question your flaws? Did anybody question your fears? Did anybody ask you about your doubts? None. Because nobody knew the true you, right? Not even you, not even your family. When a child is 6 months or when a child is about to be a year or so, nobody knows what characteristics or what traits are going to be incubated in that child, right? Traditions, religions, everything does impact your childhood, but does it shape you? No, not fully. Your surroundings shape you. So, from where does this root come that what if, exactly nothing is ever wrong with you? In a world where people make fun of you, where people take advantage of you about your self doubts, about the fears you have, about all the things you feel you're not enough about, why cannot we simply accept ourselves? Like, why cannot I simply accept me with all the complexion, with all the insecurities, with all the doubts that I have of me? Why do I have to feel broken about myself being me? Because I look myself from the eyes of others and not from the eyes of the one who is me, who has created me, the universe, who has sent me here for some work. If he can create a flower with such beautiful detailing, why do we humans feel short of being worthy? Why do we feel that we are not enough? Or why do we feel that we need to be fixed? Why do we feel that there is something definitely wrong with us? Why? Because people tell us that you are not enough or you need to be fixed, or maybe you are way too insensitive or you are way too sensitive with the things around you. Why do we have to listen to others when it comes to ourselves? See, we are humans and nobody is perfect, right? Everybody will be having some or the other errors, everybody will be having some or the other imperfections. But why do we have to look for perfection in this so beautiful, imperfect world? Have you seen a set of mountains? Are all those mountains simply a triangular mountain peak, just like we used to draw them in our childhood? No, they all are imperfect, they all have their own curves, they all have their own linings, but still when we look them, we just find peace and we just see the beauty of them, not their flaws, not their imperfections. So when it comes to ourselves, why do we keep on judging ourselves from all the beliefs that people have about us? Why cannot we just accept for who we are? So my this video will kind of be a self acceptance letter about you being a spiritual revolution, about you being a gift to the world from the god, from universe, who definitely has some or the other qualities and is not simply a question mark for yourself, for the world. Let people judge you, because if somebody is not doing anything, if somebody is not having a purpose or is not having some work to do, they will judge you because they are not pursuing anything. But when you are growing, when you are evolving, when you are learning, when you are moving, especially when you are working, you will mistake, you have been making mistakes since life, and when you are evolving you will be making more mistakes, because that's how we learn. If somebody is not working and is not making mistakes, that resonates. But if you are making mistakes, that simply means you are working and you are learning and you are evolving. So why be judged by somebody? Why be sacrificing your own image just because few set of people do not like you? You cannot please everyone, and that simply holds true. So, today, my this episode is trying to awaken in you the radical power of self acceptance. Because you are sent here by your creator, and your parents are your co creators. Do ever do you feel that your parents abandon you, or your parents say that you are not enough? They will never say that, because they know that you are their child and you have some other qualities. Right. So if they are ready to accept you with all the disqualities you have, you should also try to accept yourself. Now, what if I tell you that your radical self acceptance is not just self satisfaction, but your consciousness? I simply want to invoke in you a small awakening, a small introspection, that what if you today promise yourself and say to yourself that how will people around you react if you accept yourself truly for what you are, and not for people what want you to be, right? No matter what my flaws are, no matter what my fears are, no matter how my physical appearance is, if I accept myself and if I have the confidence to look into the eyes of my life, to look into the world around me, to be accepted by my parents, to be accepted by my family, then I'm nobody to question my worth, to question my self acceptance by a set of few people's judgment. Right? Life is challenge for all of us. Okay. Even in spite of being beautiful, we have been instilled with some programs, we have been instilled by some judgments that we have created for our own selves, not like somebody has created for ourselves. But when we accept ourselves with all the love that we have, especially with the point of view, the spiritual creator, with the spiritual revolution, with the universe who has imbibed in us some beautiful qualities, why will we not love ourselves? I am not perfect. I am a human. I come from a place where imperfection matters. I come from a place where my mother has taught me that in spite of all the disqualities you have, or in spite of all the disqualities the people in your surroundings have, if you want to keep your relations intact, just remember one thing. Love somebody for their qualities, not for their disqualities. Love somebody for the love they have. Honor them for the love they have, not for the imperfections they carry. When you start focusing on their qualities, you will see their qualities. Okay, you will not see the disqualities or the imperfections. And when you start focusing on somebody's flaws, you will never be able to see them as a human. You will never be able to see them as a person, as a soul. But if you feel you are not perfect, accept it that nobody is perfect. Now, love yourself even if you feel like you are not enough. Love yourself even if you feel like people do not like you. Love yourself even if you possess some flaws, because that is how self acceptance will begin. And today, here, I do not want you to look by the eyes of somebody who is watching you, but I want you to look yourself with your own eyes, to look at your shadows, to look at the grief, pain, regrets, your anger, your jealousy, your insecurities, and honor them. Accept them for who you are, not run away from them. When you look into your own eyes, when you look into the eyes of the fear that you are carrying, believe me, that is the point when you rise, when you awaken, and when you get the courage to fight with all the things that you have inside you. Let me give you few practical tips to self acceptance, which I also try to incorporate and which I also try to honor them. Number one, mirror talk or self talk. Start small. I'm not saying stand in front of the mirror and talk about yourself, boast about yourself, or build yourself into such an egoistic circle that nobody is greater than you, nobody is more perfect than you. But stand in front of the mirror and simply say this to you, that no matter how you are, I love you, I accept you, and I am there for you, even if nobody understands you fully. Even if I do not myself understand about who I am, I will still accept myself. Number two, surround yourself with people who mirror you, who tell you the truth, not the ones who keep you in a bubble, who keep on telling you all the goody goodies about you, who keep on telling you how good you are, or how beautiful you are, or how strong you are. Let them tell you your flaws, let them tell you the truth. Because when you keep on listening to the things which need work and by those people who actually love them, one day or the other, you will realize it and you will start working on it. You are a masterpiece created by the universe, co created by your parents. So never feel yourself small. Remember this forever. Also, this is your tip number three. Never feel yourself small. Whenever your mind says you are not enough, you are not worth it, you are actually confined to all the small things that are there inside you, reframe those things and put a full stop there. Say, I know whoever I am and I honor myself, I accept myself. Before closing down, I would just like to say you that in spite of being broken, in spite of having flaws, in spite of having imperfections, in spite of being governed by some myths and ruled by some people who do not like you, you are somebody who has qualities, who needs love, who needs healing more than fixing, and who needs self acceptance more than criticism, which comes from people who do not stay with you 24/7. So let somebody speak whatever they want, but remember, accept yourself and love yourself before being loved by others. When you start loving yourself, people will love you. And that is the truth. Keep coming back to me when you feel this resonated with you, and when you feel self acceptance and self love is something that you need to learn with me. When you feel that you need to honor your truths more than your perfections, and you need to be with yourself more than changing yourself for somebody. That is how life will be there for you. That is how you will learn. That is how you will accept yourself. I will be your safe space. I will keep on telling you how to arise from within, how to awaken from within, how to feel gratitude for the universe and the parents who created you. Because a human who is imperfect is the most perfect human. So love yourself and do journal this week that what if you accept yourself for whoever you are, how would your life change? Let your pen bring clarity to you. Until then, see you on next Sunday with Shadow Work Sundays, and with love and light, I Tamanna. Thank you all for watching this and God bless you.